Thank you, ladies and gentlemen of the press. Again, reiterating the messages around staying safe and healthy after natural disaster. We understand that there are sections of the community that are currently without steady water supply, or the water may be turbid or muddy. We advise everyone to boil drinking water as the means to kill bacteria and reduce the risk of waterborne diseases. Ensure that harvested or stored waters that you may have in your home are clean and properly covered. And our health teams will be coming around to the communities to look at how water has been kept and assess and also assist with chlorination of water supply where necessary. With the food, ensure that food are well cooked and stored well. Cover food to protect from flies and pests, and in particular for frozen foods, given the ups and downs of power supply in a couple of hours ago. Ensure that your frozen foods do not get soft or have deteriorated over this time. If they do, please ensure that they are discarded appropriately and are not consumed. If you are going to the shops to buy food, ensure that the frozen food you buy are not soft or showing signs of deterioration. And if they do, then please don't proceed to buy and consume them to prevent diseases and sickness associated with eating damaged food. For respiratory diseases, we are saying maintain good cough and sneezing etiquette. Make sure that you cover your mouth and your nose when you cough or sneeze using a tissue, or if you don't have a tissue, then you cough and sneeze into the band of your elbow. Continue to wash your hands after you cough and sneeze, and wash your hands at every opportunity and as frequently as you can with soap and water for 20 seconds. Or if you have alcohol-based hand hygiene gel, then you can use this. When you are going outside during this time, when the ground is still soggy and there's a lot of mud and pools of water around, make sure you have adequate PPE, and in particular footwear and gumboot to protect you from diseases such as leptospirosis that can thrive usually after flooding situations. As reported by the NDMO office, we've received reports of 25 people who have reported with minor injuries. We currently do not have any details on the types of injuries that they have, but the report states that they are minor, they've been assessed and treated and sent home. The severe case that we talked about yesterday was transferred to CWM Hospital yesterday and underwent emergency operation for the injury to the upper limb. So the focus of the Ministry of Health after this natural disaster is, as stated by the director, they'll go into evacuation centers, so the 170 plus evacuation centers. They'll be assessing these evacuation centers, carrying out awareness on communicable disease as well as COVID. They'll be looking at food supply and water supply, surveilling the sources of food and water. They'll keep an eye on opportunities for vector proliferation, and they'll be ensuring that there's adequate vector control mechanisms in place, and as well as they'll be looking at the health facilities and restoration of health facilities that have been affected during this natural disaster. As stated by a director, again, we don't have enough knowledge about the areas affected in the Eastern Division and we're hoping that the surveillance team that have gone out or are planning to go out will provide this information for us, and hence we'll put together our health plan for this. Briefly on COVID-19, we remain at 15 cases. As of this morning, the report we received this morning, we undertook an additional 5 tests and all were negative. The 15 cases remain in our isolation facilities in Lautoka and Nandi, as well as Navua and in Lambasa, and all have been reported stable at the moment. In terms of activity of the Ministry of Health, we'll be going out again, running our fever clinics from the sites that we have moved to since after the tropical cyclone. And also for the Central Division, we'll now be actively out as per our plan to go through the Central Division with our mobile fever clinic team to try and capture the Suva lockdown area and the population within the Suva lockdown area that we have identified. Lastly, we continue with our contact tracing and our quarantine enforcement teams out in the field undertaking this important activity. We currently have 163 people in our quarantine facility, which is the 2 hotels in Nandi, and they have been closely monitored at this stage. Thank you very much.